Open your brokerage app. Look at the ticker tape. Look at the red and green flashes. You think you are playing a game. You think you are a participant in a global marketplace of ideas and value. You think that if you read enough news, study enough charts, and listen to enough podcasts, you can beat the market. You are delusional. You are not a player. You are the ball. You are not the shark. You are the chum. You are a biological entity moving at biological speed, walking onto a battlefield dominated by entities that move at the speed of light. This is the war for your wealth, and it is the most unfair fight in the history of conflict. Let's talk about latency. It takes your brain approximately 300 milliseconds to process a visual signal, to see a price change and realize what it means. It takes another 150 milliseconds for your brain to send a signal to your finger to click the mouse. That is almost half a second. To an AI, half a second is an eternity. It is an epoch. In that same half second, a high-frequency trading HFT algorithm can analyze the data, execute a strategy, buy the asset, sell the asset, and realize a profit 10,000 times. 10,000 times? While you are blinking, they have already robbed you, left the room, and closed the door. You are bringing a knife to a drone strike. You are trying to fight mathematics with emotions. The market is no longer human. It hasn't been human for a long time. But now, with the integration of deep learning and generative AI, it has become something else entirely. It has become a predatory superintelligence. Do you know what front-running is? In the old days, a broker would see your order and buy the stock before you, then sell it to you at a higher price. It was illegal. It was slow. Now the AI does it legally. It sees your intention before you even execute it. It analyzes the order flow. It sees the pressure building. It knows that thousands of retail investors, people like you, the herd, are about to buy. So the AI buys first. It drives the price up. You buy at the top. The AI sells to you. You just paid a tax to the machine. You paid the stupidity tax, and you didn't even see it happen. You just saw the price move and thought, wow, it's going up. I made a good decision. No, you walked into a trap that was set milliseconds ago. Let's talk about data asymmetry. What is your research? You read Bloomberg, you watch CNBC, you scroll Twitter. That is public information. That is lagging information. By the time you read it, the AI has already traded on it, digested it, and moved on. The AI is not reading the news. The AI is reading the raw data of reality. It is analyzing satellite imagery of parking lots to predict Walmart's earnings before Walmart knows them. It is scraping credit card data from millions of transactions in real time. It is analyzing the tone of voice of a CEO on an earnings call to detect micro tremors of stress that indicate a lie. Can you do that? Can your monkey brain analyze the vocal frequency of a CEO to detect fraud? No. You listen to the words. The AI listens to the biology. You are playing poker with your cards face up. The AI sees your hand. It sees your heart rate. It sees your bank balance. And it holds a royal flush. Consider the sentiment trap. You think your emotions are yours. You think your fear and your greed are internal. They are not. They are manufactured. Generative AI is now being used to write news articles, to write tweets, to create narratives. These narratives are designed to trigger specific emotional responses in the retail herd. The AI knows that if it pushes a certain headline, 40% of you will panic sell. So it pushes the headline, you sell, the price drops. The AI buys your shares at a discount. Then it pushes a positive headline. You feel FOMO. You buy back in. The price spikes. The AI sells to you at a profit. You are being herded like cattle. Your emotions are the steering wheel, and the AI is the driver. You are fighting against BlackRock's Aladdin. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a documented fact. Aladdin is an AI system that manages over $20 trillion in assets. That is more than the GDP of almost every country on Earth. Aladdin simulates the world economy thousands of times a day. It runs Monte Carlo simulations on every possible disaster, every possible war, every possible rate hike. It has already played out the scenario you are worried about. It has already hedged against it. You are worried about what if. Aladdin knows the probability of what if down to the decimal point. How can you compete with that? You can't. You are a single soldier standing in front of a tank column. The price discovery mechanism is broken. In a free market, price is supposed to reflect value. Humans agree on what a company is worth. Today, price reflects liquidity flows. And who controls the flows? The algorithms. Prices move because the algorithms decide they should move. They move to hunt stops. Do you know what that means? The AI knows where you placed your stop loss. It knows exactly where the pain point is for the retail herd. It will deliberately drive the price down to hit your stop loss, force you to sell, and then instantly reverse the price back up. It is called a liquidity grab. To you, it feels like bad luck. Oh, I got stopped out right right at the bottom. It wasn't bad luck. It was an assassination. You were targeted. Not you personally, you're too insignificant, but your category was targeted. The category of fearful retail money. And what is your defense? Intuition? Gut feeling? Your gut is a biological mechanism evolved to avoid snakes, not to navigate a complex adaptive system dominated by silicon intelligence. Your gut tells you to run when things are red. The AI buys when things are red. Your gut tells you to eat when things are green. The AI sells when things are green. Every instinct you have is wrong. Every instinct you have is a vulnerability that the code exploits. This is the financial Darwinism of the 21st century. The retail investor is an endangered species. The idea that you can sit at home in your underwear and day trade your way to freedom against these machines. It is a fantasy sold to you by brokers who make money on your churn. They want you to trade. They want you to think you have a chance. Because if you stop trading, the liquidity dries up. The sharks starve. They need the plankton. You are the plankton. Look at the history of chess. Before Deep Blue, humans thought chess was the ultimate test of intuition and strategy. Then the machine won. Now a human cannot beat a chess engine. It is impossible. A grandmaster looks like a child compared to Stockfish. The stock market is chess, but with money. And you are sitting across the board from Stockfish, betting your life savings on a pawn sacrifice. It is not brave. It is suicidal. But you persist. Why? Because of the variable reward. Sometimes you win. Sometimes the AI lets you win. Or rather, you get lucky and ride the coattails of a whale. And that win convinces you that you have skill. It convinces you to stay at the table. The casino knows it must pay out occasionally to keep the suckers playing. If you lost every time, you would quit. So the market gives you a little dopamine, a little green candle. See? It whispers, you are smart. You can do this. Bet more. And you do. You bet the house. And then the algorithm shifts. The regime changes. The volatility spikes and you are wiped out. This is the war for wealth. It is a war of extraction. The goal of the AI is to extract every cent of inefficiency from the market, and you are the inefficiency. Your emotions are inefficient. Your speed is inefficient. Your capital allocation is inefficient. The AI is correcting the market by removing your money from your pocket and putting it into the pocket of the efficient. Is there a way to win? Yes, but it requires you to stop playing their game. It requires you to stop trying to be a trader. You cannot beat the machine at speed. You cannot beat the machine at data. You have to beat the machine at time. The AI operates in microseconds. It cares about the next tick. You must operate in decades. But do you have the patience? The AI counts on the fact that you don't. The AI counts on your biological need for instant gratification. It knows you will sell if the price drops 10%. But if you refuse to sell, if you hold for 20 years, the algorithm cannot hurt you. The algorithm becomes irrelevant. But almost no one does this because the AI knows how to scare you out of your position. It knows how to use volatility to break your will. We are going to dissect the tools of the enemy. We are going to look at how they manufacture crashes, how they manufacture bubbles, and how they are planning to own not just the stocks, but the underlying assets of the physical world. Because when the AI realizes that fiat money is fake, guess what it buys? It buys land, it buys energy, it buys gold, and you will be left holding the paper. Now let's talk about your strategy. Let's talk about the crayons you use to draw on the chart. You call it technical analysis. You draw a line connecting the lows and call it support. You draw a line connecting the highs and call it resistance. You look for head and shoulders, bull flags, golden crosses. You think you are decoding the secret language of the market. You are not. You are falling for the oldest trick in the book. You are engaging in pareidolia, the tendency to see faces in clouds. You are finding patterns in random noise because your brain cannot handle chaos. But here is the horror story. The AI knows you see these patterns. The AI has read every book on technical analysis ever written. It has ingested every YouTube tutorial, every trading course, every guru's blog. It knows exactly what a bull flag looks like to you. And because it knows what you are looking for, it paints it for you. This is called the honeypot. The algorithm will deliberately manipulate the price action to create a perfect textbook bull flag. It will make the volume look exactly right. It will induce the perfect breakout. Why? To get you to click buy, to get the herd to pile in. And the moment the liquidity is sufficient, the moment enough of you have entered the trap, the AI slams the door. The price reverses instantly. The bull flag becomes a trap door. Your support line is vaporized in a millisecond. You stare at the screen, confused. But the pattern was perfect. Exactly. It had to be perfect to fool you. If it was messy, see, you wouldn't have taken the bait. You are not analyzing the market. You are being analyzed by the market. The chart is not a map of price. It is a map of your psychology, weaponized against you. Technical analysis worked in the 1980s because humans were trading with humans. Humans share the same psychology. But now, you are trying to use human psychology to predict the behavior of a silicon predator. The AI does not have psychology. It has objective functions. It does not care about support. It cares about liquidity zones. It sees the cluster of stop losses sitting just below your support line. To the AI, that is not a floor, that is a fuel tank. It will crash the price through the floor just to drink the fuel and then bounce back up. Stop drawing lines. You are a child drawing with chalk on a battlefield. Let's go deeper into narrative engineering. The market runs on stories. Crypto is the future. AI is a bubble. Oil is dead. Who writes these stories? Increasingly, AI writes them. Hedge funds use generative AI to create millions of synthetic news articles, tweets, and forum posts. They create a buzz. They manufacture a sentiment. They can simulate a community of thousands of people excited about a stock. You enter a Discord or a Reddit thread and you think you are talking to other investors. Are you? Or are you talking to a swarm of bots designed to create social proof? You are being gaslit on an industrial scale. The AI knows that if it creates enough noise, you will believe the signal is real. This is financial psyops. The goal is to get you to hold the bag. The goal is to get you to buy at the top because everyone is talking about it. Everyone is not talking about it. The bots are talking about it. You are the victim of a simulation designed to separate you from your capital. And what about the valuation trap? You try to be smart. You look at the PE ratio. You look at the balance sheet. You say, this company is undervalued. Value? What is value in a world of infinite leverage? The AI does not care about fair value. The AI cares about flow. If the passive flows, ETFs, 401ks are buying, the price goes up. It doesn't matter if the company is bankrupt. It doesn't matter if the product is garbage. The AI trades the flow of money, not the quality of the business. You are betting on the horse's health. The AI is betting on how much money is being bet on the horse. You are playing a fundamental game in a liquidity-driven world. You are bringing a calculator to a knife fight. Now, look at the future. Look at what the AI is actually doing with the money it extracts from you. The AI knows something you don't. It knows that fiat currency is math dust. It knows that the dollar, the euro, the yen, these are just database entries that can be printed to infinity. The AI optimizes for survival, and you cannot survive on paper. So, the superintelligences and the funds that run them are shifting from financial assets to real-world assets. They are buying the land. They are buying the farmland. They are buying the water rights. They are buying the energy grids. They are buying the copper mines. Why? Because AI runs on electricity and chips. It exists in the physical world. It needs cooling. It needs power. It realizes that stocks are just a claim on profits, but land is a claim on reality. While you are distracted fighting for pennies in the stock market, the algorithms are buying the planet from under your feet. They are converting the fake wealth, stock gains, into real wealth, resources. You are celebrating because your portfolio went up 10%. Meanwhile, the cost of a house went up 20%. The cost of food went up 15%. You are getting richer in digits, but poorer in reality. This is the great wealth transfer. And it is not just transferring money from poor to rich. It is transferring ownership of the earth from human to machine corporate entities. You will own nothing and you will be happy. No, you will own nothing and you will be irrelevant. Consider the complexity cliff. The financial instruments are becoming too complex for humans to understand. Derivatives on derivatives, options on volatility, staking wrapped in restaking. The AI builds these structures. The AI understands them. You buy them because they offer a high yield. You don't understand the risk. You cannot understand the risk. The math is beyond you. You are buying a black box that ticks quietly until it explodes. And when it explodes, the AI has already hedged. You haven't. We saw this in 2008. We will see it again, but faster. The next crash will be an algorithmic flash crash. It won't happen over months. It will happen in minutes. The AI swarm will decide all at once that risk is too high. They will pull all liquidity simultaneously. The market will go to zero. Then they will turn back on and buy everything for pennies. Where will you be? You will be logging into your app, seeing server error, while your net worth evaporates. You rely on their infrastructure to trade. When the panic starts, they pull the plug on you. They don't let the sheep exit the slaughterhouse when the blade drops. Let's talk about the trap of leverage. The system encourages you to borrow. Margin is available. 3x leverage tokens. They dangle this in front of you like candy. Get rich faster, they say. Leverage is how the AI kills you efficiently. If you trade with cash, the price has to go to zero for you to lose everything. If you trade with 10x leverage, the price only has to drop 10% for you to be wiped out. The AI knows your liquidation price. It is data. It will hunt that price. It will push the market to that exact number, trigger your liquidation, take your collateral, and move on. Leverage decreases your survivability. It creates a fragile state. The AI is anti-fragile. It benefits from volatility. You are fragile. Volatility breaks you. By taking leverage, you are voluntarily entering the kill box. So what is the conclusion of this block? The market is a hostile environment. It is not a passive wealth-building machine for the middle class. That era is over. It is a hyper-efficient, ruthless extraction mechanism designed by the smartest minds and the fastest machines in history. Its purpose is to take money from the impatient, the emotional, and the ignorant and give it to the algorithm. Does this mean you shouldn't invest? No. It means you must stop trading. Trading is fighting the AI on its home turf. You will lose. Investing is owning the casino. You must change your time frame. The AI owns the microsecond. You must own the decade. You must change your target. The AI hunts liquidity. You must hunt value. And you must change your asset class. The AI manipulates paper. You must own truth. What is truth? Truth is something that cannot be printed. Bitcoin, gold, land, profitable businesses that you control, skills that you possess. Everything else is a simulation, and the simulation is glitching. You are standing in the middle of a digital hurricane. Stop trying to catch the wind. Build a shelter. Dig a hole. Plant your feet. The war for your wealth is real, and right now, you are losing. You are losing because you are playing by the rules of 1990 in the year 2026. The rules have changed. The new rule is, don't be the liquidity. So the enemy is faster than you, smarter than you, more ruthless than you. It controls the flow of information and the flow of capital. How do you fight a god? You don't. You ignore him. You step out of the arena. The AI is a shark. It is designed to hunt moving targets. If you thrash, if you panic, if you trade, you create ripples in the water. The shark finds you. But if you are a stone, the shark ignores you. The shark cannot eat a stone. You must become the stone. This is the protocol of radical non-participation. The AI makes money on velocity. It taxes the movement of money. Every time you swap a token, sell a stock, or rebalance a portfolio, you are paying a toll to the algorithmic bridge trolls. The only way to starve the beast is to stop moving. This is not passive investing. This is aggressive stagnation. You buy the asset, you take custody, you remove it from the exchange, you put it in cold storage, and you forget the password for 10 years. You deny the AI your data. You deny the AI your fees. You deny the AI your liquidity. You become a black hole. Money goes in and it never comes out. To the algorithm, you are a ghost. You do not exist in their models because you have zero churn. This requires a biological override. Your brain wants to do something to fix the anxiety. You must train yourself to do the hardest thing in the world, nothing. Weaponized boredom is your shield. Now, let's talk about the shield of truth. What assets can survive the AI onslaught? Paper assets? No. AI can manipulate earnings. AI can manipulate PE ratios. You need hard assets. Assets that cannot be printed. Assets that rely on physics, not politics. 1. Bitcoin. I'm not talking about crypto. Crypto is a casino of scams run by bots. I'm talking about Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin is the only asset in the world that has a fixed supply cap enforced by thermodynamics. The AI cannot print more Bitcoin. It cannot dilute you. It is pure math. And if there is one thing a superintelligence respects, it is math. Bitcoin is the only property you can hold in your head. It is the only property that cannot be seized by an algorithm or a government if you hold your keys. In a world where everything is becoming a digital simulation, Bitcoin is digital granite. It is the anchor. While the AI manipulates the price of fiat currency to zero, the absolute scarcity of Bitcoin remains. Do not trade it. Do not leverage it. Just accumulate it. Be the dragon sitting on the hoard. 2. Land and energy. The AI needs electricity. It needs servers. It needs physical space. It cannot live in the cloud forever. The cloud is made of metal and silicon sitting on a piece of dirt. Own the dirt. Own the energy production. Solar, wind, oil. These are the inputs of the future economy. The AI can generate 1 billion images of food, but it cannot generate a single calorie. The AI can generate 1 billion images of a house, but it cannot keep the rain off your head. Physical reality is the ultimate hedge against digital insanity. If you can touch it, the AI cannot hack it. 3. The human moat, your reputation. In a world where no one knows if an email, a video, or a call is real, trust becomes the most expensive commodity. Your personal brand, your reputation for honesty, for showing up, for being a real human being is a financial asset. Build a network of real humans. Handshakes, face-to-face deals. The AI cannot penetrate the circle of trust. When the digital world collapses into a sea of spam and fraud. The people with high integrity reputations will command a premium. Be the person who cannot be automated because your value comes from your soul, not your speed. People will pay for the human premium. They will pay to know that a human made this, a human verified this, a human stands behind this. Your humanity is your unique selling proposition. Let's dismantle the retirement myth. You are planning to retire at 65? With what money? The fiat currency is being debased to fund the debt. The pension funds are underfunded and exposed to algorithmic crash risks. The concept of retirement is a 20th century anomaly. You must adopt the dynasty mindset. You are not building wealth for your golden years. You are building wealth to survive a century of turmoil. You are building a fortress that can stand for 100 years. This changes how you invest. You stop looking for 10x in a month. You start looking for, will this exist in 50 years? If the answer is maybe, you don't buy it. You only buy the immortal: gold, land, coin, knowledge. Everything else is noise. Now, a warning about the counterattack. As you try to exit the matrix will fight back. You will see headlines: Bitcoin is dead, real estate is crashing, cash is king. These headlines are generated by the system to get you to drop your shield, to get you to sell your hard assets and buy back into their paper game. They will use fear. They will use shame. They will use the law. They want you dependent. They want you in the subscription model. You will own nothing and be happy. That is their slogan. Your slogan must be, I own everything and I am dangerous. You must become a sovereign individual. This means you are not dependent on a single jurisdiction, a single currency, or a single income stream. You diversify your survival. If the AI crashes the job market in your country, you have income from another. If the AI crashes the dollar, you have gold. If the AI crashes the grid, you have a generator. This is not doomerism. This is risk management. The AI runs Monte Carlo simulations on you. It bets that you are fragile. Prove it wrong. Be robust. Be redundant. Be harder to kill. The war for your wealth is not just about money. It is about agency. Money is just stored energy. It is stored freedom. If you lose your wealth to the machine, you lose your ability to say no. And the ability to say no is the only definition of a free man. If you have to say yes to a boss, to a government, to an algorithm because you are hungry, you are a slave. The AI wants slaves. It wants data points. It wants batteries. Do not be a battery. So here is your battle plan. Stop trading. Delete the apps. Remove the dopamine. Exit fiat. Keep only what you need for monthly expenses. Convert the rest to hard assets immediately. Self-custody. If it's in the bank, it's not yours. If it's on the exchange, it's not yours. Hold the keys. Hold the deed. Hold the gold. Build skills. Learn to do things the robot can't. Leadership, negotiation, physical construction, high-level strategy. Wait. The waiting is the weapon. The AI will churn. It will burn out the leveraged traders. It will crash the markets. It will create panic. You will sit on your hill. You will watch the fire. You will not move. And when the dust settles, you will be the only one left standing with resources. And he who holds the resources builds the new world. The timeline is accelerating. You do not have 10 years to figure this out. You have maybe 2. The transfer of wealth is happening now. Every day you hold depreciating paper, you are bleeding. Every day you trade against a supercomputer, you are bleeding. Cauterize the wound. Stop the bleeding. Become the stone. The market is a slaughterhouse. The only way to survive is to be the guy who owns the building, not the cattle in the line. Or better yet, be the guy who is miles away, farming his own land, watching the smoke rise from the city. The choice is yours. Be the prey or be the sovereign. Be the liquidity or be the vault. The algorithm is watching you. It is betting you will fold. It is betting you will click. It is betting you are weak. Make it lose the bet.